Hi everyone, this video I'm going to give you some guidance of how to work with question 21 from assignment 10, chapter 12. So question 21, the information that you have is include the historical return of the stock 5 year. So these are all the return for individual years, 5 year, back 5 years ago for Cash and Burn company. And then we also have information about average inflation rate over this 5 year for 2.7%. And we have average T-bill over this 5 year period, 4.8%. So let me write it down here. So you have average inflation, okay, for 2.7%. You have average for risk-free rate. Okay, normally we use T-bill rate as a risk-free rate because T-bill is basically issued by U.S. Treasury, U.S. government. Okay, so with that part is default risk-free. Second part that makes T-bill to be risk-free is because the maturity is so short. So with these two factors, we normally use T-bill rate as a risk-free rate. Okay, so we have here average risk-free rate equal to 4.8%. Okay, so first question you were asked to find average real risk-free rate. Okay, so we have here average risk-free. How can make this one become real average risk-free? So if you recall, okay, from Fisher equation, not EQ. From Fisher equation, we learned that inflation that include in the return rate, okay, that's called nominal rate. Okay, it doesn't reflect the real purchasing power from your investment return. In order to estimate the real return that you earn from your investment, we have to include the inflation out from that return, and how to do it is come from the formula that say 1 plus nominal rate, which is the rate that is already include inflation, okay, will be equal to 1 plus real rate, okay, which is the rate of your return that already exclude inflation out. And then the last one will be multiplied with 1 plus inflation rate. Inflation. Okay, so with this information we already have the nominal return, which is average risk-free rate, right? So 1 plus 4.8, which is 0.048, equal to 1 plus real inflation, real risk-free rate, which we don't have yet, and that's what we need to find. And then last one will be 1 plus inflation rate, which is 0.027. Okay, so you can find this real rate, and this is going to be the average real risk-free rate. Okay, so go back here. I want you to see something. Okay, so if we want to find average real risk-free rate, we need to have average risk-free rate, and then we need to have average inflation rate. So with these two things, you can find this thing, okay? But the thing is, I try to point out here is that you see that I try to emphasize that in order to find average real risk-free rate, you need to have average risk-free rate. Okay, so the thing is you have to use, everything has to be already averaged out. Okay, so luckily in this question, it already provides you everything in the average format, so you don't have to do anything. Okay, just simply plug information you have here in the equation here, and you can find the average real risk-free rate. Okay, now come to second question. You were asked to find average real risk premium. Okay, so with the average real risk premium, that's what you need to find. So in order to find average real risk premium, so let's start from risk premium first. Okay, we know that, let me start the same step here. So we know that for risk premium, so this is what you need to find. So the concept of finding risk premium come from, you have to subtract the stock return from risk-free return. That's the concept of how to find risk premium, because risk premium is basically additional return that you earn from taking extra risk. See, so you, instead of invest in treasury bill, you invest in stock which has higher riskiness. That means you're gonna earn some more reward from taking higher risk, and that's reflect in a higher return, and that's called risk premium. Okay, so we know how to find risk premium now. And then if we need to find average real risk premium, okay, so let's start with the word average. So if we need to find average, so let me start here. Average real, not real, average risk premium first. So you need to find the same thing. Everything has to be average, right? So if you need to find average risk premium, you need to find average stock return. And then subtract this with, again, average risk-free return. Make sense? Okay. Now, let me move down just a little bit. Okay. So if you need to find, next step, you need to find average real risk premium. So we have to add another word. Average real risk premium. Then we need to have average real stock return minus with average real risk-free return. Can you see that I try to match like the step? So first step, you know that if you need just to simplify risk premium for individual stock at individual year, you simply subtract stock return of individual year with the risk-free return of individual year. But if you need to find average risk premium of individual stock over certain number of years, then you need to find average stock return over that certain number of years with the average risk-free return over the same period. Make sense? Last step, if you need to find average real risk premium, then you have to match everything else on the other side. So you have to have average real stock return subtract with average real risk-free return. And from question 1, we already have the average real risk-free rate over this period. So this one, you can get it from question, from the question 1. Okay, let's call this question 1 and this question 2. So how can you find this part though? In order to find the answer for this, okay, how can you find the average real stock return? So that's the task here that you need to do, okay. So in order to find average, okay, let me put it here. So to find average real stock return, you start from step 1. Find average stock return first. And how can you find average stock return? You just simply add all the stock return. So sum of stock return in all year divide by number of years. Okay, so this one, if you add the information that they provide you about the individual return of individual year return of this stock, I will have for the question I have this 19 plus 18 plus 10, and these are all in percent, right? And I divide this by 5, and I got this equal to 9.6%. So this is the average stock return. So second step you need to do here is to, okay, step 2, how can you make this from average stock return and add the word real? So step 2, find average real stock return. So in order to find this, you just simply again apply Fisher equation. So this is the nominal return, nominal rate, right? Because of what? Because it's already include inflation. We have to exclude inflation out in order to find real average real stock return. So Fisher's equation says that 1 plus nominal rate equal to 1 plus real rate times 1 plus inflation. Okay, so nominal rate we have here is 9.6, so 0.096. Real rate we don't know, and we know inflation equal to 2.7%. So with this, let me see what I get. So I got my real return. No, not real. So I have to make it more clear. So I have average real stock return, right? This one equal to 6.72%. So once I got this, I go back to this step right here. See, this is what we need to find. So I put 6.72% right here, subtract with whatever I got from question 1, which is average real risk-free return. Subtract them, then I'm gonna get average real risk premium. So I hope this video will help you learn how to work on question 21. Okay.